Nebraska children may see a change in their reading goals. Governor Jim Pillen is proposing a new third grade reading bill. Good evening, I'm Julie Cornell.
I'm Bill Shamard. It would require kids to retake third grade if they fail a state-mandated reading test. Pillen says Nebraska students are falling behind when it comes to the written word.
KETV News Watch 7's Madison Perales spoke with education advocates about the legislation. Madison.
Yeah, Julie, Nebraska would be late in the game to implement this type of policy, with a handful of states already doing this. One advocate tells us her daughter battled dyslexia and that if she was in school with this bill in place, it would do more harm than good.
She used to hit herself in the head and talk about how stupid she was.
KETV followed Clarice Jackson and her late daughter Letitia Fox's journey with dyslexia.
The wind is not blowing.
Jackson tells me this newly proposed legislation is nothing new.
This has been passed in at least 13 or so states. Some of them now are trying to get rid of the retention law because of its ineffectiveness.
LB 1050 would require kids in third grade to pass a reading test in order to move onward with their schooling.
We're the land of milk and honey. We're the best people on the face of the earth. But we have to address some of these issues and help our brothers and sisters that need help.
But Jackson says holding a child back can create problems.
Most of your peers have gone on to fourth grade, and here you are in the same school repeating third grade. That leads to bullying and harassment.
Saying it could lead kids to drop out. The bill would also mandate schools to provide support for students struggling to read, like after-school and tutoring programs.
It doesn't really provide any resources or funding for schools to provide those additional programs.
NSCA, or Nebraska State Association's president, says this would lead schools to cut other vital programs.
Without any additional resources to help identify and support, my fear is it's going to just become punitive, which is certainly not the intention of the bill.
Jackson says the root of this issue starts in the classroom.
We must address instructional issues versus trying to make children and their families pay for the fact that a system has failed to teach them to read.
Now, the bill is in the introduction phase, and there are several public hearings and readings that need to be done before a vote takes place. In the meantime, the NSEA intends to talk with the governor about making some adjustments with Nebraska students' best interests in mind. Back to you, Julie.
We'll be watching this one. Thanks, Madison.